This is a review and to show you what is inside the story of the world, History for the Classical Child, Volume 2 for the Middle Ages. This book covers the fall of Rome to the rise of the Renaissance by Susan Wise Bauer. We like these books a whole lot because they present history as a story. My kids like these for bedtime, and so do my husband and I. It's extremely interesting. I wish I had learned history this way, but at least I get to now. Starting with the table of contents, it not only gives you the chapter topics, it also gives you the subtopics. So again, this is from the fall of Rome to rise of the Renaissance. You can see the topics listed out here. I wanted you to know what the table of contents say, so you can see if this will work for you and your children. There you go. That's the top. Those are the table of contents. There are a lot of maps in this text, which we love, and they're placed properly, right as you're talking about China or Japan or something going on in Africa or India. You'll see throughout the book, you'll see maps throughout. For example, here, as you go and discuss Islam in Spain and Africa, you'll see maps about the region of interest, proper to the period as well. Again, this is like, here's another section here. This section talking about the Mughal dynasty in India. It'll show you routes sometimes. It'll also show you rivers of interest and things like that. One other thing I really like about the Story of the World, this is our second history book in the Story of the World series, and I love it. We're doing a classical education model, is that the stories are fun and interesting. And sometimes, and there's also portraits, sometimes in the middle of talking about the Chinese, they'll insert an old Chinese mythological story of interest that would help explain why they believe what they believe or something that really affected them and their culture. In the end of the book, you're going to see that we hit a table of, or an index rather, but you also have pronunciation here. And there's an appendix all about pronunciation of the different words that you'll find, some of which are quite unusual. We refer to this fairly regularly, actually. Another one that is very interesting is there will be a list of maps. There are times when I'll say, do you remember when we saw this map? And they don't remember. So mommy goes back to the list of maps, and we find the map and we look at it again. It's helpful if you have a globe with you when you do this, but it's not necessary because of all the maps here. The other thing I love about this book, I'm going backwards to forwards, is it gives chronology of the Middle Ages. This is not how I learned history. This goes in order. I love that. I learned history here and there in little spurts. Might do a section on U.S. history, then we jump into European history, and then there's something about ancient times, and it was very confusing to me. This is a full story of the world, and it's awesome. I can't say enough good things about this curriculum. There are other books you can get in this series and some internet-linked encyclopedias to do interactive activities online, which my kids have loved. But we're going to stick with this for history. It is not overtly Christian. We are the first Christians. We are Catholic. But it's not overtly Christian, but it's not overtly non-Christian either. I think it gives a very balanced view to appeal to pretty much everyone.